The Order of the Arrow is Scouting's national honor society. It was founded to serve a purpose. It caused the Scout oath and law to spring into action as a living part of each Scout. You are gathered now to elect Scouts to be candidates for membership in the Order. This is the first step in becoming an Arrowman, as our members are called. But before you begin your unit election, I'd like to take a few minutes and tell you about the OA. The Order of the Arrow was founded in 1915 at Treasure Island, the scout camp of Philadelphia Scout Council. It is located on the Delaware River between the shores of Pennsylvania and New Jersey. Historical records show it to be an early camp of the Delaware Indians. In May of 1915, a young man named E. Goodman was selected to serve as camp director of Treasure Island for the summer. He had been a scoutmaster in Philadelphia and had considerable experience in scouting and camping. He was only 24 years old, but would soon become the founder of the Order of the Arrow. His assistant camp director that year was Carroll Edson. Both men took their appointments at Treasure Island very seriously and spent considerable time doing reading and research to better prepare themselves for their responsibilities. In the course of his reading, Goodman learned of camp organizations whose sole purpose was to maintain traditions from season to season. Goodman and Edson decided they wanted to establish a similar organization for their camp. They wanted some distinct way to recognize those scouts who exemplified the scout oath and law in their everyday lives. Since the Delaware Valley is rich in Indian tradition and the island had been used as an early Native American Indian campground, it seemed only natural to base this order, this honor society, on the legends and the traditions of the Delaware Indian. Soon after camp opened in 1915, Goodman and Edson decided to elect members of their new organization from the troops in camp. They gave it a name, taken from the language of the Delaware Indians, meaning Brotherhood of Cheerful Service. In the beginning, a unique principle was established that non-members of the organization would elect members. This founding principle lasts to this day. In that first year, 25 members were inducted into the Brotherhood. Soon, news of this organization spread to camps, and lodges were established in several nearby states, and then across the nation. Now, decades later, over 1 million members of the Boy Scouts of America have been inducted into the Order of the Arrow. The Order of the Arrow has over 175,000 active Arrowmen. If you've been in Scouts for very long, you've probably heard about the OA. Your unit may even have an appointed OA representative, which is an official junior leadership position. Amongst other things, the Order promotes Scout camping and camping traditions and spirits. To be a good camper, you must not only have mastered Scout skills, you must also be true to the ideals of Scouting. The only way to become a member of the Order of the Arrow is to be approved by your Scoutmaster or coach and be elected by the members of your unit under the age of 21. That's you guys. To be eligible, a Scout must be a registered member of the Boy Scouts of America, be at least a first-class Scout, and have 15 days and nights of Boy Scout camping within the last 2 years, which must include one, but no more than one, long-term camp consisting of 6 consecutive days and 5 nights, like a summer camp. After being elected, the Scout must undergo the Ordeal Experience, which is a series of challenges of his dedication to the high ideals of Scouting and the OA. If the Scout is faithful in meeting these challenges, he takes a solemn pledge of service and is admitted into his local lodge as an Ordeal member of the Order of the Arrow. This universal arrow ribbon and distinctive sash signify membership in the Order of the Arrow. The sash is worn only at OA events, special Scouting functions, or when representing the OA. Your lodge has its own activities and projects, but the OA program does not replace the Scout's primary responsibilities to his troop or team. In fact, the Arrowman is expected to give generous service back to his unit for the honor it has extended him. There are over 300 Order of the Arrow lodges and Scout councils throughout the country. some with less than 100 members in rural areas to several thousand members in urban areas. Besides its tradition of service to local units and to the council camping program, the Order of the Arrow also offers exciting leadership and program opportunities that are unique in Scouting. Tonight, you continue our tradition by voting for members of your troop to be candidates for membership in the Order of the Arrow. Any member of your troop who is active and is under the age of 21 is eligible to vote.
Don't vote for a scout just because he is your friend or because he is older than all the rest. What really counts is his loyalty to the Scout Oath and law. You're expected to think for yourself. There's no campaigning or discussion allowed, and the election is by secret balloting. If you have any questions, you may ask your Scoutmaster or the election team prior to voting. This important decision about your fellow Scouts is totally up to you.
Ask yourself a few questions about some of the nominees. Who among you is a friend to all? Who among you gives a helping hand to those in need? Who is cheerful even when they have tiresome jobs to do? Who would you wish to go camping with? Who attends the meetings regularly, including service projects and campouts? And who among you sets the example by living the Scout Oath and law in his everyday life? And finally, who can you depend on? You can vote for any or all of the eligible candidates tonight. If you don't want to vote for any of the candidates, you don't feel that they're worthy, turn in a blank ballot. If you're new to your unit and do not feel that you know the candidates well enough to decide wisely, do not turn in a ballot at all, and this will not affect the end ballot result. Only vote for those that the Scoutmaster or coach has declared eligible. Once you've completed your ballot, fold it once and give it to a member of the election team. You have an important decision to make. Becoming a member of the Order of the Arrow is one of the highest honors a Scout can receive. Among the ideals of the Order of the Arrow are brotherhood, cheerfulness, and service. These are the foundation on which our order is based. The OA is a thing of the outdoors, and from outdoor life comes self-reliance, and from the Scout Oath and law comes personal integrity and character. Among the greatest challenges of the Order of the Arrow is the strengthening of Scouting as a positive outdoor experience and the development of leadership skills in Scouts like you that you can use for the rest of your lives. It is because of our Order's commitment to both leadership and service that has made us the National Honor Society of the Boy Scouts of America. And now, your unit election team will tell you more about your lodge and conduct your unit election.